Hi, Mr. Sands. This is Jaheen. Today's video report, I'm going to be talking to you about the Baroque period, which is really interesting, even though it's like more drama based, like an opera. Like today, how we have opera is still drama. The instruments I just use as a background, so it's still the same from back then. So let's get started on the Baroque period. So first, the what was like during the Baroque period. It wasn't really popular at that time until they introduced opera, which was like got everyone's attention. So it was unpopular. They didn't use a lot of instruments in the Baroque period. It was mostly more vocal based, cause like choir choruses and instruments weren't used that much in the Baroque period. It was like kind of used as the background of it, and that's like how we have bands and stuff, how they sing or they just play. Because like really in the Baroque period, it's really not that big of a like it's good, but like it didn't get that much, let's say, fan base. Like it wasn't popular. No one didn't find it interesting because you know how instruments are like more popular than vocals and stuff. So there's that. So the Baroque period, it happened right after the Renaissance. So it happened from 1600 C from 750 C, which is roughly, I want to say 150 years it happened. Cause like it still follows today. It like the Baroque period it still follows the Renaissance like art style, but and just that uses more instruments. So next, I'm going to be talking about how instruments and vocals work during the Baroque period. So, like I said, instruments weren't used. Baroque was like more vocal based, cause operas and stuff. Cause operas, I'm gonna talk about that later in the video. But operas was like big, huge, more big. Like how we have Baroque. His operas, he used more like his operas probably since he's a good composer. Like I never listened to his music, his pieces, but I know he mainly focused on operas and try to use instruments more in his operas, but it's good. Yeah, and also the Baroque period was like more like heavy influenced by Catholic church music. I think, yeah, I'm saying I think, I know, I think because the research I went to find, it said it was influenced by Catholic music, Catholic church music, and stuff like that. Next thing we gotta talk about is the sorry for pronouncing it wrong. Florentine Commercia. So there were a group of musicians and poets and intellectuals in the late Renaissance Florence. So where they came from was Florence, Italy, which is mostly which was mostly coming from there. So basically, they traveled to. You can say that the Baroque period was more in Florence, and people from the Florentine, can't say right, Commentariat was interested in the Baroque period and trying to make it more better. So next, I want to talk about opera. So opera was the biggest thing in the Baroque period. So if you don't know what opera is, which I already know due because you are a musician, I'm gonna just say it. Opera was like drama based. So like think about the word how the society thinks about opera. Opera was like drama. Everyone needed drama in their life, like tea, like how we say now we need tea. What's the tea happening? So like opera during that time period was like they need like some type of entertainment. They need more drama. Cause like opera, it tells like a story, and then they have choruses and instruments in the background helping them with the performance. Opera, I think is interesting, even though I'm not a big fan. Like I just see I think opera is like a more storytelling, like drama. Like opera tells a good story. Sometimes it can be a sad story, a happy story, like action, and stuff like that. What we have next is that opera was between, I can't say the word. I'm trying to see it. Recitative is like a speech like song. had speech like songs. It also had plots and arias. Songs, like, there are some characteristics in operas. Operas were like more big, more like people during that time period. I guess that you can say that they were interested in opera because they're like, oh, opera. What is a Baroque period? What are we gonna learn from them? But then as soon as they introduced opera to like everywhere around the world, it was like, oh my god, because opera is like more big in Florence, Italy, since you know opera here in Florida is not big because like we do have Europeans in Florida, but I guess that's their forte. It's not my forte. But hey, it's them. So interesting is opera also associated with activities of a group of poets, which is the Florentine Karma, Carmerata. I'm so sorry. I can't even say the last name. The Florentine group. So because I guess they was more interested in it, and it's more their forte. I guess they wanted to share it around the world, get people interested in it, and share it. Also, I also want to talk about the main composers in during the Baroque period. So we had a Bach, Handel, Lully, yeah, and Monetevro. It's like his last name. I'll spell it out. It's Monetverdi. That's his name, but that's his last name. Um, Bach. I know he's more popular during the Baroque period. His operas were more bigger, and like I said, he was trying to include more instruments in the Baroque period. But hey, it's there. Oh, also I forgot to mention about the shifts during the Baroque period. So I know this might be repetitive, but it wasn't really that big until opera came out. So the shift. So let's start from I'll say 1600. So 1600 when it was starting, it wasn't big. Everyone was not interested. They wanted because it came from the Renaissance. It happens after the Renaissance, and Renaissance were more popular than every other than the like had more feeling, more like energy, and Baroque period is more like bland drama. But like since drama kind of came from the Renaissance, I guess the Baroque period was trying to more influence, like more get some stuff from Renaissance and make it to their own style, like the way how Renaissance had dance styles, singing style, instrument styles, stuff like that. And then later in the time period of the Baroque period, opera came out. Opera, it wasn't big until you had a botch, yeah. I guess the way he kind of made opera more bigger is like he probably made music pieces that use more opera, and people are like, oh, what's this? Cause like people when they attend concerts during that time, they were like kind of quiet, listening to the music and stuff like that. So after all that, I think the Baroque period is really good. Some information I try finding it, but like it's all the same. Oh, and I forgot Monfoni. Okay, let's talk about the Monfoni and the Polymonfy. Yeah. So let's start with mono. So the Baroque period monophony, I can say like even I don't know the word like that, since it's only one. I guess in the Baroque period they try to stick with one vocal, not using like any other instruments. They just want to use more vocal bass. Cause opera, I'm trying to remember that piece. Like I forgot the name of the piece. I forgot the name, but like it was more polymorphy. I can't say the word. It's like cause that singer of that opera uses like I forgot her name cause she sing is the I think that's polymorphy because I heard instruments in the background and more to help her. I think help brought her. So I think polymorphy was way used more in the Baroque period than monophony. Can't say monophony. Yeah. Well, anyway, I hope you find this video interesting. Look at making. I'm struggling. The research on here for Baroque was not that big, but I know I could find more stuff. I had to use Wikipedia of all sites. But anyway, I hope you find this video enjoying, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye.